Hi guys, I am Glenn, also known on the interwebs as Mr. Crafty Man. I apologize for not getting a video posted Sunday, but as those of you who are in my Facebook group know, I was in the emergency room until probably about 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday with a couple fractured ribs. So I've been in quite a bit of pain, so it has taken me until today, Tuesday, to be able to get up and around and get these videos made. So what I'm going to do today is something that I had been telling myself I wouldn't do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a shortened version of my 1 hour and 4 minute long video. Apparently there's a lot of people who have got kidney disease and they're in bad shape, but they're not in so bad a shape that they can sit for 1 hour and 4 minutes and watch the whole video. So I am going to make a shorter one, a more condensed one real quick. I'll just give you a really quick basic background. A little over a year ago, I was diagnosed with kidney disease, and it was stage 4 kidney disease. And I believed what I was told on the internet. Everything that I read said there was no medical cure, there was no medical way to reverse it. If I was fortunate, I might be able to find a way to slow it down. And I was devastated when I heard this. I began busting my butt researching, and I came up with my own plan. So for the next 90 days, I was eating very low protein. I was working out at the gym. I was eating plant-based, and I was eating half of my protein in medical food. And what I want to simplify this for you. So what I did, I was overweight also. I was about 215, 220 pounds. What I did is I Googled how much should a 5'9" man weigh, and it comes up with a range. It'll tell you like 145 to 165 pounds. I chose 155 pounds. Then what I did is I Googled how many calories does a 155 pound man need to eat per day in order to maintain their weight. And another way that you can do that is just multiply. So let's go 155 times 15, and that comes out to 2,325 calories a day. So what you need to do is you need to make sure, it doesn't matter what weight you are, you're eating for the weight that you want to be. So even though I was 200 and something pounds, I was eating what I would be eating if I was 155 pounds. So the weight just kind of naturally started falling off because I was creating a caloric deficit, because a bigger person needs to eat more calories in order to maintain their weight. Also, at the same time, I was going to the gym, and I was working on cardio, and I was doing about 20 minutes of cardio per day and about a 5-minute cool down. What I've learned since that time is that it's important to do resistance training also, especially if you're on a very low protein diet. So the food that I was eating was plant-based, and I'm going to use the term raw plant-based diet. That doesn't mean that I was just eating raw vegetables. Yes, I was eating raw vegetables, but what I mean by that is I was going to the store and I was purchasing my own raw fruits and vegetables, and I was cooking with that. So I was purchasing it raw. So then we're wondering, well, how many grams of protein do we need to eat per day? So here is how you can figure that out. You can go to Google, and remember, we want to be 155 pounds, so I'm going to ask Google, how many kilograms is 155 pounds?
155 pounds is 70.307 kilograms.
Okay, so basically 70 kilograms. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go 70 times 0.6, and that's 42 grams of protein per day that we would need to be eating. So we're going to eat 21 grams of protein, and this is going by my weight. You do it yourself for your own weight. We're going to eat 21 grams of protein per day in plant-based food, and we're going to eat 21 grams of protein per day in medical food. And the medical food is Albutrix. And you can get this at www.kidneyhood.org, or you can also go to albutrix.com, and it's spelled Albutrix. And you'll see that this one here, this bottle says Albutrix S4 on it. That means stage 4. So you've got like 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these here also come with a bottle of the vitamin called Microtrix. And this is not extremely cheap. And what I want to tell you is this is not a supplement. Remember that. This is not a supplement. This is a medical food. So when you're looking at the price and balking at the price, remember this here is half of your groceries. So whatever you're looking at for the cost of this, that's probably less than half of what you're going to spend on groceries a month. So when you think of this as half of your food, it's not so bad. And this here, these have got 180 tablets in it. And remember, I was doing 21 grams of carbs a day with this. Each tablet has 5 protein in it. So this is enough to last me for 44 days. So definitely in 44 days I'm going to spend more money than the cost of one of these bottles on groceries. So then something else that's very important is your water. You need to be, and I've got my water bottle right here, you need to be drinking at least a ½ ounce of water per pound of current body weight. And if you do all of this, and I was going to the gym 6 days a week. The only day I was taking off was Sunday, and that was so I could go to church. But if you do all of this, within about 30 days, I was off of all diabetes medication. And within 45 days, I was off of all medication. I was off of blood pressure medication. I was off of high cholesterol medication. And when I went to the doctor at 90 days to have my blood done, my GFR when I first started out was 25. When at 90 days, my GFR was 67. And so if you want to look at it that way, I had made it from stage 4 to stage 2. I still had some protein in my urine. My creatinine was still a little bit high. My BUN was still a little bit high. So then I went for 90 days further until my next labs. And at that time, my GFR had made it to 72. My BUN had gone down. My creatinine had gone down. Protein had gone down. And then 3 months later, when I went to see the nephrologist again, this time he told me that I did not have kidney disease anymore. And he said, "Do you have any questions?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "Everything that I have read and everything I've been told by doctors says that there's no medical cure for kidney disease. There's no medical way to reverse it. There's no medication that can cure it or reverse it." And he said, "Yes, that's right." And I said, "That being the case, if that's true, how was I able to do this?" And he sat there and stared me in the eye for what seemed like a minute or two, and he said, "What you did was not medical." And that kind of really hit me hard, because it makes me wonder how many diseases out there can be cured by living healthy. But I know that there's not any profit in the medical industry with people getting healthy, or at least that's what they want to believe. But personally, I believe if there was a doctor out there who actually helped people and taught them the healthy way to live, ways that will cure themselves, that doctor would be making millions and millions of dollars instead of depending on the pharmaceutical industry to earn their income. But I want to mention something about the cardio also. What you're going to notice as you're doing the cardio is it gets easier and easier for you. And I wear a Fitbit, which tracks my cardio health and my heart rate. So whenever the cardio starts to get too easy for you, when your heart rate is dropping and you're not getting out of breath, it's time to kick it up a notch. You need to start challenging yourself more. So if you're using the elliptical trainer like I did, take it up to level 2 or level 3, and then work at that for the next week or two until it's not a challenge anymore. Then kick it up to the next level. If you're able to, jogging also works, or also what I call forced marching, where you get out there and you walk as fast as you can and as hard as you can to get your heart rate up. But those basically, that is what I did. And also I've been completely avoiding sugar and avoiding most carbs. And if you're diabetic, remember GPS, grains, potatoes, sugar. Avoid those things. Something that I had gotten a lot of ideas for meals from was a book that you can get on Amazon that's called Stopping Kidney Disease Food Guide. And I believe he's now including a glycemic index chart inside of those books. But the book was not written for diabetics, and it wasn't written by a diabetic. So keep that in mind as you're going through the recipes in the book. Look at the carbs, look at the sugar. It's pretty easy to spot the things in recipes that have a lot of carbs. Like if a recipe calls for potatoes, that's definitely your carbs. Remove the carbs and maybe replace it with turnips. So it's very easy to do. Don't let a roadblock be put in front of you if you start seeing sugar and carbs. Just I leave the sugar out. There's like monk fruit, things like that you can add in that are natural sweeteners, and replace the items that have the carbs with them. But basically that is what I did. This little video is for the impatient people. If you don't feel like you got enough out of this video, go back and watch the hour and 4-minute video. So I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.